Welcome, viewers, to Women Now. Do you remember the last time you had time to smell the flowers? The last time you felt every day was fresh and new? The last time you took a deep breath? We're talking about stress today. Why? Because stress causes fatigue and makes you unproductive. We'll talk to Rajeshri Patel and find out what causes stress and the simple technique to reduce it so we become more productive. But before we do that, we are going to take you to a dance festival, Kala Mahotsav, that was organized by the San Francisco Consulate General along with the Sunnyvale Hindu Temple.
Hello everyone, welcome to Womennow. Today we are at the Sunnyvale Hindu Temple here in Sunnyvale, celebrating the culture and richness of Indian heritage, including the classical forms of music and dance at the Kala Mahotsav. Shamita, tell us, what is it that we learn from the cultural heritage of India and the history of India?
The history of India, as you know, is, it goes back a long ways. Our whole concept of the Om, our badge today, the sound-based culture and movement. I think being the Indus Valley civilization so far back, where agriculture boon was, on us, and we had the time. And I think it's amazing that while the technology improved, so did the fine arts of the mind. And it is amazing how we have continued to improve the legacy.
And it's amazing that you said that, because you would think that as technology advances, you would forget the history and the culture, but that is not the case. It has improved over time, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. And I think we are particularly proud here that today we are able to do this as a form of a festival, Kala Mahotsav, where we are able to showcase this legacy. The gurus, the amazing artists have continued the heritage and is holding true to form so far away from India for our next generation. And we want to continue to support that.
We've always seen and experienced that there's always that connection of the heritage of India with divinity, with God, and this event is happening at the temple. What is it that draws it back to the temple and the roots and the divinity? Can you give us some idea about that?
I think you've just said it yourself. That was our concept because, all the dances were temple dances. A lot of the forms, the Bharatanatyam, the Odissi, the Mohanattam, these are all temple dances, and they were to please the gods who controlled the rains, the drought, the floods. So here we are in the Silicon Valley today, and we have this amazing Sunnyvale Hindu Temple, and the Consulate General associated with us to say, what better venue for you to hold something like this? We have so much of the modern forms and sometimes individual classic forms that have so many cultural programs, but never one under the same roof. And what better venue than the temple? So here we are today. If you have had a glimpse of our interiors, the auditorium, the theater, we've tried to do it up as the temple backdrop and the ambiance of the on the angan, the front of the temple dance. That's what we are holding today. So it is, in a way, we are reaching out to say, bless us where maybe the IT world, the technology can join hands with us and promote the culture, the fine arts for our next generation.
And what is it that you're looking for people to carry away from this event?
Let me start by telling you when the Consul General of India invited us to talk about it. The first thing he told me was, we have so many dance schools here, right? But, India has so many dance festivals across. Can't we do a Khajuraho dance festival here? And I was like, oh, wow. And then he said, we have 8 dance forms that have been recognized in India by Sahitya Kala Academy and the Indian government. Why don't we start something that we carry every year? So I was like, wow, that's a tall order. And we were all there and we were discussing it and we thought, well, let's try. So this is our first, event. We will have it annually. We will try to showcase all the 8 Indian classical dance forms every year. We also invited artists from outside of Bay Area if needed, if we don't have that dance form. So we will try to bring the classical dance form and music to Bay Area every year. And this was his dream that we are trying to, and Raj Bhanotji, who's the temple person, he and Surajita contacted me and said, can you do this for us? So I loved the idea.
So Radha, you performed the Mohanattam. Can you tell us a little bit more about the dance form?
Mohanattam is from Kerala. It's a very soft and lyrical style. The hand gestures are taken very similar to another style called Kathakali, also from Kerala. There's a lot of body movement added to the gestures, and that's very typical of Mohanattam. A lot of swaying movements.
Now, are you born and raised here?
Yes, in Los Angeles.
So while most kids are into maybe cheerleading or some kind of sports, what got you into Mohanattam?
My parents lived in India before I was born. Actually, they named me Radha. When I was 7, my mother was interested that I study Bharatanatyam, actually. And so I studied that very intensively until I was in my 20s, And then I became fascinated by Kathakali. That took me to Kerala. I studied Mohanattam also there and just immersed myself in the culture of the arts.
A very unique form of dance, the Kshatriya. Can you tell us a little more about it?
Yes, it is popularly known as Satriya dance, but in Assam we pronounce as Kshatriya Nitya. Okay, this one is called Muzura. Okay, we'll say like bow, namaskar. And one of the hand gestures we use is called Krishna Har Mukha. So Krishna. In Bharatanatyam we use like this way, and in Satriya we use Krishna like that. We use for like mother, and this one is just change the hands. Okay, and this is called Ora, Purush Ora. The first position is like you have to sit. That's Purush Ora, and this is Prakriti.
We can learn from the history of India, including the cultural dance and music forms. And I can't wait to go inside and enjoy the show myself. But before I bid adieu, I wanted to remind you all to like us on our Facebook page so that we can keep you posted on events such as these and more. Bye-bye.
Well, viewers, it was a beautiful day here at Women Now when we taught you how to meditate, how to breathe deep, and how to reduce stress to become more productive and have a fulfilling life. And don't forget the relationship tips and also a little bit about how every day you can meditate. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Till then, you know what to do. Reduce your stress. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, womennow.tv, to see uncut version of the show and pictures.